In today's video, we're going to be answering the question, what if you get a massive $239,400 bill in the mail? How are you going to be covered with Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement Plan G? Now, before we get into this video, I do need to be honest on how we landed on that number, $239,400. The way that we landed on that is I Googled what is the average bill for cancer treatments from start to finish. And obviously that can range from lower to a lot higher, but the average cost for cancer is about $240,000 from start to finish. So looking at Medicare Advantage plans, typically what they do with cancer treatments, like chemo, radiation, things like that, they actually refer back to your original Medicare, which if you don't know is Medicare Part A and Part B. So since they do that, you are typically going to have to pay co-insurance for your chemo treatments, radiation, things like that. So in this case, when you're looking at the overall bill, $239,400, don't worry, you're typically not going to have to pay that amount, and I'll tell you why. Medicare Advantage plans have what they call maximum out-of-pockets built into the plans for a reason. So for this example, if you had a $240,000 bill, you're not going to pay the majority of that. But what you are going to pay is 20% up until you hit your maximum out of pocket. So say that the maximum out of pocket on your plan was $4,000. Well, you know very quickly paying 20% of all those chemo treatments and things like that, you're going to hit that maximum out of pocket. And so you may hit that a month in, you may hit it 2 or 3 months into chemo treatments, but you're going to hit it. And so once you hit it, once you've paid in this example, $4,000, and you've hit that maximum out of pocket, that means for the remainder of that calendar year, you cannot go over that $4,000. So once you hit it, you're not going to pay anything else out of pocket for the rest of the year. Doesn't matter if it's chemo treatments, you stay in the hospital, you go to the doctor, you're paid up essentially for the remainder of the year. Now I do want to bring up one thing that I believe is extremely important. So a lot of people think, well, I can afford $4,000 out of pocket. But where it can get pretty expensive, obviously you can't control when you get diagnosed with cancer and other things like that. When you have news like that later in the year, say it's November or December, and you hit that maximum out of pocket late in the year, once January rolls around, you're going to have another maximum out of pocket that you have to meet. So these maximum out of pockets are on a 12-month basis. So January through December. So if you hit that maximum out of pocket in November or December, it's going to restart January 1st. So a lot of people say, well, I can afford $4,000. That's fine. But it could easily turn into $8,000 if your chemo treatments go into the following year. That's why we suggest if anyone takes a Medicare Advantage plan out, we always like to add what they call a hospital indemnity plan to it with a cancer rider. Because what it's going to do is it's going to pick up a lot of those copays for you. So like, for example, it's going to cover your entire hospital stay when you go to the hospital. It's going to cover your emergency room. It's going to cover your ambulance ride. But you can also add a cancer rider on there. So if you did get diagnosed with cancer, it's going to pay you a lump sum up front so that you can cover those bills and cover those maximum out of pockets. I think this is a great thing to do if you're going to take Medicare Advantage because it saves you a lot with not having to worry about any risk or being out a lot of money. Now let's take a look at Medicare Supplement. So same example, let's say that you got a bill for all your chemo treatments, your radiation, everything cancer related, and that bill was $239,400. If you took out a Medicare Supplement Plan G, it's a lot more cut and dry on how it's going to work. So we're going to take that bill, and we know that Part A and Part B of Medicare are gonna immediately pick up 80% of that bill. So right off the bat, we know Medicare Part A and Part B are gonna pay $191,520 of that whole bill. And then your supplement plan G, whoever company you get it through, is gonna come in and pick up that other 20% that A and B didn't cover. So in this case, they're gonna come and pick up the other $47,880. Now, the only thing that you're gonna be out of pocket is one, the monthly premium that you pay to have that Plan G supplement. The second thing that you're gonna pay out of pocket before the Part A and Part B and before the Plan G pay is you're gonna pay a one-time a year deductible, which is $257 in 2025. So after you meet that deductible, then the Part A and Part B are gonna come in and pick up 80%, and your Plan G is gonna pick up the other 20%. And that is your total out-of-pocket cost, a $240,000 bill, and your cost is $257. That's why a lot of people say that Plan G is the Cadillac of all Medicare plans, because there's not a lot of ways that you can be out a lot of money. You pay your monthly premium every month, and then you pay the one-time a year deductible, and you've got 100% coverage no matter what. Now I wanna know, leave a comment down below, which one would you choose and why? And also, if you're looking for unbiased Medicare advice, I've left a link down below where you can book a one-on-one call where we can go over your Medicare options, Medicare Plan G supplement, or Medicare Advantage plans in your area and make sure you get on the one that's gonna fit your needs the best. I've also left a link down below in the description where you can pick up our 2025 Medicare Planning Guide for no cost whatsoever. It'll walk you through step by step when you need to enroll, how you enroll, all the different options, and everything that you need to know. So go to the link in the description and get yours today. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Go check out one of these down below, and I'll see you in the next one.